Yo, what is going on, guys? It's JD here, back with another episode of the I Rate Your Squad series. So this is now episode number 12, and you guys have been requesting this so much. You know I'm going to have to come in with another couple of episodes. So this one is coming out on Thursday, and then there'll be another episode out over the weekend, and then again another two, hopefully another two next week. But you can see here, I literally put out this tweet, 2 days ago, May the 19th, 120 replies in 2 days. Again, today we're going to be going with another 12 squads for this episode, and then I'll record another video based off of that tweet as well. So there'll be 24 out of these 120 featured in videos, and then I'll put another tweet out next week. But yeah, you guys are supporting this series so well. If you're not included in these videos, then I'm sorry, but I can't get around to everyone because there's just so many. But that's why I'm trying to get out as many of these episodes as I can. But yeah, before we jump into today, a massive shout out to the MVPs and the GOATs of the channel. We have got Heisenberg, Panda, Joaquim, Geno, Anton, Todd, Lou, and Will. And then the three GOATs of the channel, we've got Eric, Jason, and Ice Cream. And if you guys want to get involved as a member as well, there's a join button down below. And if there isn't, then the top line of the description will show you how it is done. It's basically YouTube's equivalent of a Twitch sub. So let's go ahead and let's jump into today's episode. So first up, we have got Archie, who comes in and says, hashtag rate my team, doing collections for tokens, happy to improve anyone, I like to rim run and pick and pop. So we have got Isaac Bonga, we've got the Glen Rice already, which I'm so jealous about. So he's already gone 12-0 this month, so shout out to you, Archie. That is a big and not an easy feat by any stretch of the imagination. We've got Cam Reddish, PG13, we've got Dino Raja, and off the bench we've got Dwayne Wade, Bingo Smith, Nick Batum, Dean Wade, and Christian Leitner, which is an interesting one. So it doesn't look like you've got any MT to invest in. I wouldn't say do collections for tokens. That is the last thing I would recommend. I would never ever recommend anyone doing collections for tokens this year. Last year, sure, it was kind of worth it, but this year, not worth it in the slightest. So I can see you've only got 83 tokens. I would say just stop what you're doing now. If you are looking to lock in sets, do not do so, because you will, if not instantly regret it, you will regret it along the road. Believe me, you really will go ahead and regret it. I locked in all the Series 1 sets, and even those I kind of regret at this point in the year. So yeah, don't look in for tokens, but in terms of your actual MT amount, I would say the backup centre position, Christian Leitner, he needs to get sold. He's not a very good card at all. He needs to get sold. The other cards are all decent enough for the MT that you've got. I mean, you won't be able to upgrade to crazy high players, but the cards you've got are pretty good. Christian Leitner, like I said, he can go, and then at that centre position, you'll have to bring in someone relatively cheap, probably like an Amethyst Marvin Bagley, a Diamond Bam Adebayo, or a Diamond Harry Giles III. One of those three guys could come in at that backup centre position. Other than that, I don't think there's much you can do with the MT that you're going to have. But a solid little squad. Obviously, you've gone 12-0, so you know what you're doing, so shout out to you. But a nice budget team with some very, very OP players out there. We'll give that one a 7.5 out of 10. All right, next up we have got King Calvin, who says, I run a 5-out offense, mostly pick and pop, and Terry Stotts as my coach. That's a flex enough as it is, because Terry Stotts is worth like 30k. Just spent my MT on point guard, Pink Diamond, Greek Freak, currently grinding for MT. So yeah, Giannis is a great pickup. Obviously, I've picked him up for my squad as well. We have got the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. So shout out to you, Calvin. You've done the spotlight grind as well. And yeah, what a grind that is. So I hope you're enjoying Kobe as much as you should. We've got Jeff Green as an incredible card at the 3, Siakam, and then Hakeem. And then off the bench, we've got Zoe, which is an interesting one. I really vibe with his release. And we've got Harden, we've got Jonathan Isaac, Michael Beasley, and then the first outing today of a Joel Embiid card. And very interesting to note that you've got Embiid higher than Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know about that one, Chief. So the starting lineup is very, very strong. Spicy P maybe could be upgraded, but obviously you don't have any MT to work with realistically. I would definitely say run Wilt over Joel Embiid. Embiid is just not the guy, and Wilt is obviously quite significantly stronger. Wilt's jump shot isn't the best. You do have to practice with it quite a lot, and even then it's still not the best. But Embiid's release himself isn't the best either. Penny Hardaway, yeah, it was probably a bit of a waste of tokens right there, but I probably still would play him over Zoe, because then you can sell off Lonzo, get some MT into the club, and then I'd probably say go ahead and upgrade Jonathan Isaac. An incredible card, let's not get it twisted, an incredible card, but he doesn't have range extender, and at this point in the game, if you come up against someone who zones, which a lot of people do these days, you're going to need every card to have a range extender out there. So maybe upgrade Jonathan Isaac to someone like the Pink Diamond Darius Miles that only just came out. Like, he's nice and cheap and really, really solid and well-rounded. Other than that, though, team's looking really nice. And the Galaxy Oval Kobe, you really can't go wrong with a Kobe, Giannis, and Hakeem connection in the starting lineup. So for that one, we'll give that one an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Kai, who says, I am evoing John Wall while going for Kobe, and I will replace Kobe with Davis and Hakeem with Ilgauskas. I also like to rim run with Giannis and kick out for 3. I'm normally spent. Love the vids. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much indeed, Kai. So, yeah, my one thing would have been get rid of Big Z, but we've got Hakeem coming in for Big Z, which is nice. We've got Kobe coming in for Davis, and then I can only assume the Kobe coming into the starting lineup as well over RJ Barrett. I would then say sell off this Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade. There's no need to have MT locked in him. You might as well get the Diamond, because the Diamond is 90 to 95 to 98% of what the Pink Diamond is. And the Diamond is like 2000 MT, and the Pink Diamond is quite a bit more expensive than that. So I would definitely recommend selling off the Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade. I would say Giannis at this point in the game definitely needs an upgrade. A very, very outdated card. Came out back in December time, I believe. Has 6 or 7 Hall of Fame badges. So, yeah, very outdated right now. Now, I don't know how much MT you have, but if you sell Dwayne Wade, you would have enough to pick up, like I said earlier, a Darius Miles. You could probably pick up a Jeff Green, maybe a Gerald Green as well. So there's a couple of options out there to improve that Giannis spot. Other than that, Taco Fall's very nice. AK-47's very nice as well. Kiki is good, not a slasher, but a very, very good shooter. And then Harden at the 1. You can't really complain about that. So not a bad team right there. We're definitely going to give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Lalana Flick, who comes in and says, should have Kobe in a few weeks. So shout out to you, man, because that grind is no joke. In a few weeks, got 40,000 MT at the moment. We're going to sell Kyrie and Wall when he's an Opal. So we'll have around 250k looking for any improvements. So yeah, one thing I would have said would be Kyrie can't really play the 2. That's not really the position that you want to have him at. In the starting lineup, Draymond is fantastic. Clyde the Glide, I wouldn't have him in the squad personally. Animations and jump shot, he's just nothing special. So I probably would get rid of him. Alonzo Mourning definitely needs to go. Like 100% needs to go, because he has one of the worst jump shots in the game. If you've used that card, you know how bad his jump shot is. It is horrendous. I would not trust him with any shot, open or contested. So Alonzo Mourning, I'd definitely say go ahead and get him sold. And again, you'll be able to sell him for quite a bit of profit as well, which is nice. Off the bench, who do we have down here? We've got quite a lot of people, don't we? Jokic will probably say just go ahead and sell. Derrick Jones Jr. as well, probably can be sold. CP3 as well. You can sell John Wall, he's Evo, that's fair enough. So a couple of cards you can sell, and that'll give you quite a lot of MT to work with. But you've got Dre at the 1, which is nice. You can then bring in someone like the Pink Diamond Tracy McGrady at the 2 when Kyrie is gone. And then again, Jeff Green, Darius Miles, one of those 2 guys coming in at the 3. That would be a nice upgrade in my opinion. And then at 4, you might be able to splash out a little bit on someone like a Galaxy Opal Andrei Kirilenko, because you should have enough, especially after you sell off some of your bench unit as well. You should be able to have enough. And then as your bench unit, you can just run Gilbert Arenas at the 1. You can have Chris Mullin at the 2. If you're evoing the Pau Gasol, you can keep him at the 5. And then again, just use a couple of the guys I've said at the 3 or the 4 to come in at the backup lineups right there. But an interesting team. Obviously, it needs a bit of work, so we'll give that one an 8 out of 10 for the time being. Next up, we have got Stephano. I have 1.6 million MT, and I want to upgrade my backup small forward. I'm also wanting to waiting for a token update to pick up another Opal. Thanks, JD. Love the vids and keep up the good work. Thank you very much indeed, Stephano. So we've got 900 tokens with Penny already, so you're balling out right there. We've got Penny, RJ, we've got Kiki, Dave Cowens, which is very nice. Eddie Curry, and then off the bench, Isaac Bonga, Cam Reddish, Joe Smith, Thurl Bailey, and Jack Sikma. So I wouldn't actually say that Joe Smith is the card that needs upgrading here. I would say it's Jack Sikma. I would say Jack Sikma is the card that needs upgrading most out of this squad, and you've got 1.6 million. So you can afford to go ahead and ball out, my friend. I would say you can get a Galaxy Opal Taco Full Evo'd for relatively cheap. I'll put him in the starting lineup and then move Eddie Curry down to the bench. If you want to ball out even more, then you can go ahead and really push the boat out and get yourself a Galaxy Opal Kareem. But I don't think you want to spend that much MT, judging by the fact that you haven't spent much on this team. The majority of it is untradeable. If you are looking to upgrade the small forward position, then you can have people that are relatively cheap and good value, like a Michael Porter Jr., a Larry Bird, Andrei Kirilenko. Any of those guys really are around the 200k mark right now, and all are so top tier. Other than that, though, a nice little squad. Again, a solid squad. We'll give that one an 8 out of 10. I know my ratings are probably all over the place team from team, but I'm just going on how it comes to me. So next up, we have got Dan, who says, love the vids and the streams. I'm going to get Jeff Green for the small forward position. Probably want to improve Dwayne Wade, because when the game goes on sale in the US, servers are going to die. That's facts. Budget of 100k for Wade. And then he comes in again and says, I got Galaxy Opal Larry Hughes. So Galaxy Opal Larry Hughes is in at the 1. We have got Cam Reddish, Dean Wade, as well as Dwayne Wade in the squad. Danny Manning, Eddie Curry, and off the bench, Isaac Bonga, Nick Batum, Roko, Lamar Odom, and Dino Raja. So not a bad lineup at all. I would say the most outdated card here that needs upgrading is going to be the Diamond Lamar Odom. Although he does still have some fantastic stats, his speed and acceleration and lateral quickness, I believe, are all like low 80s, which at this point in the game just doesn't really cut it. And badges-wise, again, only about 7 Hall of Fames compared to the Diamonds that are coming out right now that have about 25. So I would say Lamar Odom probably needs to go. If you're looking to replace him on a similar budget, then I would say Joe Smith, and I would say Joe Smith is the better card out of the two of them. But other than that, with the MT you've got, I don't think there's much you can do to improve this squad. I would probably start Roko over Dean Wade, because I really, really like Roko, but Cam Reddish and Danny Manning and Eddie Curry is a fantastic little lineup right there. Really solid squad, really OP players. We'll give that one another 8 out of 10. Next up, we have got Evan Guarino, who says, I use the Heat 14 playbook and ISO against on-ball. I'm evoing Larry Hughes, going to sell him, then pick up Draymond, which is a very good move. I'm 13 players away from Hakeem. I've been grinding 2 players a day like I did. Well, I rate that grind because it is painful. Is there anything else you would do differently? And then he also comes in and says, thank you for everything you do. I ran out of space on the tweet above. I love watching your streams every day, and I hope you know that everyone appreciates the free entertainment you've given us during quarantine. My guy, Evan, thank you so much for the kind words right there. Really do appreciate that. I feel like I can't go too harsh on your squad right now. But let's see. So we're going to have Opal Draymond at the 1, Opal Mullin, Andre Kirilenko, Lamar Odom, which is fantastic. And then we've got Vlade at the centre position. And off the bench, Derrick Rose, Walter Davis, Thurl Bailey, Boogie, and Sigma. So a complete reward bench unit and reserves unit. I would say Vlade definitely needs to get upgraded. He's just not very good at all. And then the bench unit, Derrick Rose is fine, Walter Davis is fine, Thurl Bailey is fine. Boogie and Jack Sigma, again, I would probably recommend upgrading both of those guys. For Vlade, you can't quite pick up Eddie Curry, which is a bit of a shame, but you can afford Dino Raja. So I would say get yourself Dino Raja in at the starting centre position. I think that's definitely going to be an upgrade. And then a backup centre position, even someone like Amethyst Marvin Bagley might be better than Jack Sigma. And then at the backup powerful position, again, a Diamond Joe Smith, so cheap right now, and going to be better and more well-rounded than the Boogie, in my opinion. But a very, very solid starting lineup right there with the Draymond, Mullin, AK, and Lamar Odom. We'll give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Royce Leong, who says, I have 3 million MT right now because I sold half of my collection after getting AD. I run HTB plays and pass on screen away and wanted to upgrade my backup 3. However, I want to save up for an overpowered end card for endgame since I cannot buy packs anytime soon. So, we have got one of the best teams that you will probably ever see. We have got Dwayne Wade, Kobe, KD, AD, and David Robinson. So, very similar to our squad, actually. 4 out of the 5 starters are exactly the same as my personal main count. We just obviously don't have the KD. And off the bench, he's got Evo Ben Simmons. He's got the 12-0 Glen Rice, which I'm so jealous about. He's got the 12-0 James Worthy. He's got the Prime Lock-In Reward, KG. So Ben Simmons and KD are locked in. And we've got Hakeem, Wilt, James Harden, and Mullin. Kind of mad. So he wants to upgrade his backup 3, which is currently James Worthy. Imagine being in a position where you need to upgrade a James Worthy Galaxy Opal. That is mad. If you want to try out some other Opals, some other ones that I would recommend would be a Lamar Odom. Do you have him already? No, you don't. A Lamar Odom, a Michael Porter Jr., a Larry Bird. They would be the guys that I would recommend, and maybe an Andre Kirilenko as well. I think they're some of the top tier small forwards in the game, and I don't think you can really get much better than those. But even still, James Worthy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a massive upgrade over him, it's probably not going to happen. But you might start to like someone's playstyle a little bit better, or like someone's release a little bit better as well. But all in all, that is ridiculous. That is going to get a 10 out of 10. And I know you guys don't like me giving out 10s, but he's got AD, he's got Wade, He's got Kobe. He's got Glen Rice. He's gone 12-0. He's a great player. He's got the Evo Ben Simmons, the Evo David Robinson. This guy has done everything. He's at the GOAT collector level, of course. Unbelievable. Royce, shout out to you, man. What an incredible team that is. Next up, we have got Jesus Jimenez. He says, I have 1.2 or 1.3 million MT to spend. Probably Cowens and Mullin are the cards I want to replace. I usually run the Hawks freelance and play 5 out plus a lot of pick and rolls and peekaboo threes. Really meta, I know. Yep, you're not wrong there. Very, very rare, very meta. Wow, words. So we've got the Evo Magic Johnson. We have got Kobe. We've got Lamar Odom, Hakeem at the 4, Shaq at the 5. That's scary. JR Swish. We've got Chris Mullin, Andrei Kirilenko, Dave Cowens, Wilt Chamberlain as well. So yeah, I would say Chris Mullin is a card that needs to be upgraded out of this squad, out of that shooting guard position. Who could you add in there that's like a really good top tier Galaxy Opal shooting guard? There aren't really that many compared to the small forwards that we get. We don't really have that many incredible shooting guards that we can add in, but maybe run J.R. Smith at the 2 and then have Opal Draymond at the 1 just for his size and defensive capabilities as well. And then you can still run all of your offense through J.R. I would probably recommend doing something like that, and that way you can get rid of that Chris Mullin. But another incredible team. It's going to get another higher rating. I think that one's got to get a 9.5 from me. Maybe that's a bit high. A 9 to a 9.5 out of 10 from me. All right, next up we have got Jaco, who says, this is my team. I'll have Kobe done by Sunday. My guy, that's impressive. I have 50k MT and I'm looking to tactically downgrade. I'm evoing Wall, Morning, Hughes and finishing off Bol Bol. Bol Bol's evo is mad, so shout out to you for even attempting that. All should be done by this weekend. Thanks for all the amazing content. Keep up. Thank you so much, Jaco. Really do appreciate that. And then he follows that up saying, I've got Rudy LaRusso literally an hour after this, so keep that in mind if you review. So we've got Ben Simmons, Kobe, we've got Jeff Green, Chris Bosh, which is a nice shout, Hakeem, and then off the bench we've got James Harden, Brandon Roy, Darius Miles, KP, Eddie Curry, and then the other couple of guys that he mentioned about. So Rudy LaRusso could probably come in at the backup 2, because he is a very, very strong card. I've heard really good things about that guy. Other than that, there's not really too many upgrades you can make, especially not with 50k. If you're looking to tactically downgrade, then I would say sell off Ben Simmons, bring in the Galaxy Opal Draymond, and then you could also sell off the Chris Bosh and bring in... Oh, I don't know, Bosh is relatively cheap, so I don't think there's a massive downgrade you can do off of him, but you could sell off the Kristaps Porzingis off the bench and bring in someone like a Joe Smith just as a budget option. That's a tactical downgrade that could be made. Eddie Curry is already pretty cheap as he is and is fantastic. Other than that, you're looking really good. So yeah, Ben Simmons is the majority of your MT, so I would say tactically downgrade on him. That's probably a very, very good idea. All right. Solid squad. We'll give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Riley. He says, I'm a budget player and I use pick and pop and kick and drive. I want to try and keep Tyler Hero because he's my favourite player. Huge congratulations on getting Kobe. Thank you so much, Riley. So we've got Derek Rose, we've got Tyler Hero, who is staying in the squad. We've got PG-13, Chris Bosh, Rick Smith, which is an interesting one, Derek Fisher, Walter Davis, Cam Reddish, Darius Miles, Eddie Curry. So, a couple of things. Rick Smith is a good giant, but is he incredible? No. Would I start Eddie Curry over him? Absolutely. So I'd say definitely start Eddie Curry instead of Rick Smith. And then if you really want to keep Rick Smith, just keep him there as a giant off the bench. Speaking of the bench, Derek Fisher, he gotta go. He gots to go. Even if you just get yourself Isaac Bonga, Amethyst, I think that's going to be an upgrade. Walter Davis is fine. Cam Reddish is fine. Derek Rose is still really good, maybe a little bit undersized. And that's another thing. You don't really have much size at the point guard position. So I would definitely recommend getting either the Isaac Bonga or stretch your budget out a little bit and get the Galaxy Opal Draymond Green. Other than that, though, not too much you can do with the MT that you have at the moment. So we're going to give that one a 7.5 out of 10. And that brings us on to the final team of their day already. So we have got Zach was running if I should sell the Bol Bol and get Chris Bosh on the grind for Glen Rice. Love the vids. Thank you so much, Zach. So we have got LeBron. We got Kobe. We've got Thon Maker, so he's locked in that Bron. We've got Bol Bol and Hakeem, and then off the bench, Dwayne Wade, T-Mac, James Worthy, Andrei Kirilenko, and Eddie Curry as well. Ridiculous team. Absolutely ridiculous. So he's wondering if he should sell Bol Bol and get Chris Bosh. I think that's probably going to be a good move. I don't really like Bol Bol at the 4, and I struggle with him at the 5 as well. I didn't really think he fit anywhere. So yeah, Bol Bol, I would definitely recommend getting him sold and then just trying out a new card. Like I said, try the Chris Bosh, try Lamar Odom, try Michael Porter Jr., any of those cards and see if you like them. But a ridiculously good squad. Obviously, that's going to get a 9.5 out of 10 from me, and that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Like I said, that's the first video made off of this week right here, so if you have submitted your squad and it hasn't made the video, don't worry, there will be another one coming over the weekend, and then of course in the future we'll try and do 2 of these a week, which I think I have been doing, but we will try and stick to those 2 episodes per week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.